live from the Brenner Family Field with another edition of St. Joe's Varsity Lacrosse. Today, going against Old Bridge. Bit of a delayed start, but Old Bridge did get the first goal of the game, 1-0 the score. Got about 8.5 minutes to go in the first period. Old Bridge once again on the attack. The Knights are moving the ball around, looking very similar to the kind of play that Wall played against the Falcons. And once again for the Falcons, Augie Granatelli is not in goal. It'll be Stephen P., number 11. St. Joe's, as of right now, is 4-5 on the year. Old Bridge being 4-6, playing one more game. St. Joe's is coming off a 10-5 loss to East Brunswick, and that'll make the score 2-0 off of a goal from Dan Hennessy. Like I was saying, though, St. Joe's did lose to East Brunswick, a GMC rival. It was a tough game for the Falcons. But Old Bridge is coming off a win against SJV, St. John Vianney, 17-7. They won that game. The game before East Brunswick, St. Joe's won 37-5 over JP Stevens. It's a monster win. I only saw the actual varsity starting lineup play for about 9 minutes as Sean Gabauer wins another face-off, 2 for 2 on the day. Gabauer with a nice pass to Patterson, who can't bring it in. Sean Gabauer has been 72% on face-offs this year. He is top 5 in the entire state of New Jersey when it comes to ground balls. And he has the second most face-off wins in the Garden State as well. Gabauer is one of the strong points of this offense, alongside Brady Patterson and Chris Cicciarello. Patrick Keefe on the shot and out of bounds. Or remaining St. Joe's ball. St. Joe's moving the ball around again, and John Fiorino on the shot, his 20th goal of the year. Fiorino, the junior, now has 20 goals and 8 assists, 28 total points on the year. He's brought in a couple of ground balls as well. So it's a close game off the bat. It's what everyone expected. These are two teams that everyone thought would have a great year. Both are struggling, but still very equal. Sean wins another face-off, 3 of 3 on the day. 4 of 4, I should say. St. Joe's moving the ball around again. Patterson, the back man behind the net, tosses it to Cicciarello. Now to the sophomore, Pachensky. St. Joe's playing a patient game right now. Patterson now with the ball. And a great pass from Patterson to Keefe. To Freda, I should say. Oh, it was to Keefe. Yeah, Keefe with a shot, but it was blocked. Jacob Layflower. It's 117th save on the year. He is top 100 in the state on saves, alongside Augie Granatelli, also on that top 100 list. The source being NJ.com. Olbridge moving it around. And another shot from Olbridge goes in. Garen San Augustine, his 28th goal. 28th goal of the year. He's the leading goal scorer on the team. Now has 36 points on the year. It'll be a timeout, White, St. Joe's. So that last goal making the score 3-1. 5 minutes left to go in the first period here at the Brenner Family Field. Olbridge in all black, St. Joe's all white for the uniforms. Both teams coming out of the face-off, or the timeout, I should say. Gabe Bauer looking to get his 6th straight face-off win, and he does. Pretty easily, I might add. And Gabe Bauer, the bounce shot, goes too high. St. Joe's still with the ball after that missed shot. Moving the ball around to Patterson. Patterson to Chicharello. St. Joe's keeping that patient offense, and it is a missed pass from Patterson. Looked like it hit the stick and it still went out of bounds, so a rough play there for Patterson. As Olbridge gets the ball, and their goalie is playing very far field, close to the midfield mark. As Olbridge gets on the attack again. Smachowski, the center, comes off the field. Olbridge making some moves towards the goal. That is another shot made for Dan Hennessy. His 2nd of the game. And Gaybauer with yet another face-off win after the ball pops in the air. But they'll give it to Ulrich after a violation. So I guess we can count that as a face-off loss for Gaybauer. He'll now be 6-1 today on face-off, 6-1. Ulrich attack. Yeah, shot there from Ryan Christensen. I believe that his third of the game, not Dan Hennessy. So that is either Ryan Christensen or Dan's third goal of the game. Ulrich won another faceoff. Gaybauer 2 straight faceoff losses. Ulrich in the attack, and St. Joe's trying to recover the ball, and they can't. Ryan Christensen can. Christensen with a full right leg brace and the sleeve. Christensen, the shot goes wide, and it'll stay Ulrich ball. So yeah, 22 is Christensen after hearing a coach call out to him. Ryan is the point leader. Now has 23 goals and 18 assists on the year, 38 total points. Possibly more assists, couldn't see. And Christensen, his shot goes wide. Ulrich keeps the ball. Sangarino making some moves, being defended by Bachensky. And the pass is stolen by Thomas Freda. Freda on the move now. Freda to Bachensky. Great play there by Thomas Freda. Intercepted the pass from Garen San Augustine as Chicharello works up around with Bachensky. Bachensky getting more and more playing time as the year goes on. His first year on varsity. Most likely would have made it last year too if there was a season. Just a sophomore. Be Chicharello now. Getting defense by TJ Parrott. Gonna be out of bounds. Stays St. Joe's ball. And Chicharello will pick it up. And that'll be the end of the first period. Ulrich leads the Falcons 5-1. Bit of a surprising start there for both teams. Ulrich not expecting to be up this much, and St. Joe's thought it would be a much more competitive game, but we'll see what head coach CJ Francisco does to the game plan to decrease that four goal margin. So just a quick recap on the 9 games that St. Joe's has played. They beat North Brunswick on April 20th. 27-2, they won that game. Then they lost to Hun 14-8. Hun is a very talented school alongside Wall, who they lost to 16-9. Then they beat Edison 15-3, lost to Scotch Plainswood 19-10, lost to Monroe 16-7. That was an unfortunate loss for the Falcons, for the St. Joe's Falcons. I really think they could have and should have won that game, but 16-7 loss to Monroe, and they bounced back 36-5. They beat JP Stevens, their biggest win of the year. Then they beat Sayreville right after that, 12-0. And like I said at the beginning, took the loss to East Brunswick at East Brunswick 10-5 a couple of days ago. St. Joe's is set to play St. Thomas Aquinas on Saturday and South Brunswick on Tuesday. That'll end out the regular season. I don't know too much if there will be a GMC tournament and NJ tournament, but I can imagine the Falcons making a good run in both of those as Sean Kabauer starts the second period, wins the faceoff. St. Joe's tried moving the ball around. Made about 4 passes in like 5 seconds, but that last one couldn't connect to Brady Patterson, so it'll be Old Bridge ball. There's a muffed ball there. Like I said, Old Bridge goalie, Jacob LaFlower, moving up near midfield. Very dangerous, but it does give them one extra man to pass to when on the offensive. So Old Bridge now trying to get their sixth goal on Stephen P. They make some moves. And the goal by Vin Marzullo. He will get that 6th goal. Marzullo, his 18th goal of the year, 7 assists, now 25 points and 11 ground balls. It'll be Machowski versus Gabauer on the face-off. Gabauer 7-2 this game. And make it 7-3. Machowski wins it. Old Bridge on the attack. And a save from Pod. Great play there by Pod. Old Bridge on the attack. Once again, St. Joe's can't contain them, but another save from Stephen Pod. Oldbridge gets another wide open shot. And it'll be Garen St. Augustine with his 29th goal on the year. St. Joe's really has to rethink this game plan right now. 7-1, Oldbridge leads. Not the type of game the Falcons were hoping for, but Oldbridge is ecstatic at that scoreboard right now. About 10 minutes left to go until we reach halftime. It'll be Gabauer versus Machowski again for the face-off. It'll be a violation on Gabauer. It'll be 7-4 now on face-offs. As he will check out for John Suzuki. Oldbridge on the offensive, and it's a missed ball, so it'll be St. Joe's ball. St. Joe's in the offensive now. Patterson behind the net. Chensky now, the midfield line. Moving into Chicharello. St. Joe's just running circles around the net right now, waiting for that perfect shot. Furino makes a move. It'll be Keefe. The fake shot. And it's intercepted after he tried to pass it to Chicharello. It'll be Oldbridge on the offensive. And Ryan Christensen, his 4th goal of the game. 24 now on the year. Here we go, Matt. Big Gabauer has been on a losing streak lately with these face-offs. See if he could turn things around right here. Gabauer quickly wins, gets the ground ball. Somehow holds on to it after a stick check. And it'll be St. Joe's on offense right now. Doing the same game plan they've always used. Just Chicharello, Patterson, and Keefe moving it around. Buchensky, too, just moving around that center. I'm not sure what Coach Francisco has to do to turn things around, but it's got to be something different on the defensive and the offensive side, because this offense is not doing it right now. And a bounce shot is missed from Patterson. Be Furino fighting for the ball. It'll be number 6 for Oldbridge. Needs to check off after a penalty. So he'll take a knee in the virtual penalty box. So Buchensky now, starting off 8 minutes to go until halftime. St. Joe's with the same game plan. Just keep moving it around. They have moved Patterson up, though. He is not behind the net anymore. And an almost swerve net. Seems like it could be the game plan. Move Patterson up, get him more involved in the attack. Patterson is the leader in points for the Falcons, 34. Jacob Flowers somehow gets a save off of a fastball from Chicharello. It'll be Patterson now with the ball. Patterson and Fiorino tossing it back and forth. Chicharello, the low shot. Started off low and it ended up at the top of the net. Chicharello's second goal of the game. 23 on the year. St. Joe's, their leading scorer, as he makes a deficit 8-2 now. St. Joe's down 6. 7 minutes exactly on the clock. Gabauer wins another face-off. Gets checked immediately, though, by Machowski, who then picks it up. Machowski having some trouble with the ball. Looks like we've got a timeout from Oldbridge. So once again, Oldbridge leads 8-2 over the Falcons. 6:49 on the clock. It seems as though St. Joe's figured out the offensive changes they need, which is pretty much just moving Brady Patterson in front of the goal rather than behind it. But still some work to do on the defensive side. 8 goals in 17 minutes is not the greatest thing to see, especially when you have two teams that are so evenly matched. And it was Gabauer on the face-off win, but Oldridge gets it right back after they knocked it out of the hands of Pachensky. And I recommend anyone listening right now to the Falcon newspaper, written and published by the students. I know I just wrote a NFL draft article on there, and I'm working on another one right now. So it's just one more way to show your support of the Falcon students. So I really recommend checking it out, as Old Bridge still on the offensive. There was a full body check there on Garen St. Augustine. They're going to call a penalty on that. No penalty time, but it'll remain Old Bridge ball after St. Joe's did pick it up. So it'll be Old Bridge with the shot. Number 3, Max Heller, his 9th goal of the year. The senior, 13 points for Old Bridge, 4 ground balls picked up, as Old Bridge leads 9-2 over St. Joe's. So Gaybauer wins after a violation on Machowski. As Thomas Freda also checks in. Patterson once again goes behind the goal. Hopefully he can get back in front of it, get some more offense going there for St. Joe's. I know the behind the net plays a role in the offense, but I imagine down 7, 4.5 minutes to go until halftime. You want to get arguably your best player in front of the net rather than behind. See though, Patterson working it around with Fiorino and Vichensky. Chicharello. St. Joe's is playing patient play. Don't need to pick it up just yet. Still in the second period, but definitely need to get some goals on the board, and there's a save there from LaFleur. A shot from Patrick Keefe. Put him in Keefe's 10th goal in the year. And a check from Chicharello. It was from behind, and they're going to call a penalty on that. Once again, there's no penalty time, but Old Bridge will get the ball back. 3:55 on the clock. They lead by 7 points. 9-2 is the score. The goalie playing risky play at midfield. Almost loses the ball to Chicharello. So Old Bridge on the attack. They've got 6 guys up there. The Knights, an off pass right there from Marzullo. And they're going to call a timeout after that. Timeout Old Bridge. 3:15 left to go in the first half. Score is 9-2 still. The Knights lead. St. Joe's has some good offense going there when they moved Patterson in front of the goal, but then they moved him right behind. And they haven't gotten a goal since. I think their second goal was with around 10 minutes left to go in the second period. It's been 7 minutes since then, so definitely a scoring drought for St. Joe's. But that is not the case for Old Bridge. 9 goals in about 21 minutes, which is decent, especially like a team especially against a team like St. Joe's. So both teams come back out after that Old Bridge timeout. Once again, St. Joe's is wearing the all-white uniforms. Old Bridge in the all-black and the white helmets. So it will be St. Joe's starting off with the ball. It'll be Keefe with the pass in. And play is underway again. Keefe making some moves in the backfield. Patrick Keefe gets past San Augustine. And then Keefe finally gets checked. Couldn't get past the 1v3. I don't know why he didn't pass it. Just tried to make some more juke moves and break some more ankles. Not successful. Old Bridge on the attack now. And you can't have players ball hogging the ball, especially when you're down 7. Everyone wants to be a hero, but that's not the way you're going to win games. Christensen working the ball around up top. San Augustine now. Back to Christensen, the two powerhouses of this offense. And a complete miss by Christensen. Wasn't even near the goal. Looked like it was affected by Dan Bachensky. Good defense from the sophomore. Weak Aaron San Augustine having some trouble against the St. Joe's defense. San Augustine with a shot, and it's wide. It'll remain Old Bridge ball. St. Joe's does get the ball back after Bachensky intercepts it. Bachensky is on the run. Bachensky leading the 4v3 for St. Joe's. Minute 15 left on the clock. That's how much time St. Joe's will have to try and get the ball in the net one more time to put the lead down to 6. As they move the ball around, Concepcion checks in the game, as does Patterson. Fiorino behind the net. Thirty seconds on the clock. Fiorino getting heavy defense. John Fiorino. Patterson muffed the pass. Has 15 seconds left on the clock. St. Joe's playing patient ball right now, but they need a shot. From Cucurello, it is saved from LaFleur. And Old Bridge gets the ball back. They're going to try and just hold it 2 seconds. And that'll be the half. So the Old Bridge Knights lead the St. Joe's Falcons 9-2. Going into the second half. Like I always do, I'll leave the camera on. And I'll have the commentary back at the start of the third period. We are back now for the second half. Once again, St. Joe's is down 9-2 to the Old Bridge Knights. That's Sean Gabauer and Machowski on the faceoff. Gabauer gets a quick win. And is quickly on the offensive. Fiorino gets saved. And another save there. 2 from the flower. John Fiorino fighting to get the ball. No one seemed. It's a big fight right now, and Chicharello comes out with it. Chicharello. Brady Patterson picks it up. Patterson, the beamer that goes right past the net. Concepcion checks on. So once again, Bachensky and Keefe just working the ball around to all those attackers. Bachensky with the low shot. And another great save from Jacob LaFleur, really having a game today. Came into the game with around 116 saves. Probably has around 124, 25 right now. He's in the, once again, he's in the NJ top 100 for saves. Maybe top 25. A really talented goalie there for the Knights. St. Joe's will remain in possession after Old Bridge stepped out of bounds after the save I was talking about from LaFleur. Chicharello had an open shot, didn't like it. Fiorino, low shot there for John Fiorino. Goes in the net. St. Joe's inching away at the deficit, 9-3 now, down 6. There's John Fiorino's 20th goal on the year, the junior. 28 points on the year with those 8 assists. Fiorino looks to be a major leader of this team as Chicharello, Patterson, and Augie Granatelli all graduate. Oh, excuse me, Granatelli is a junior, so St. Joe's will still have their elite goalie next year, who's not playing right now due to injury. A lot of guys are going to head out, though. Thomas Freda, Patrick Keefe, Concepcion, All-Star center Gabauer, Nolan Patterson, Mike Cansfield, John Suzuki, Brady Patterson. A lot of big names for St. Joe's that they're losing, so they got to make the most of it right now. Old Bridge on the attack after a lost faceoff from Gabauer. Old Bridge with a shot, and it gets right past Stephen Pod. 10-3 Old Bridge leads, answer right back to that St. Joe's goal. And Pod was really just thrown into the fire once Granatelli went down. As the train passes by. Gabauer trying to get a win. Been on a drought of face-offs recently. Gabauer gets the win. And he is on offense now. The pass over to Fiorino. Can Fiorino repeat that goal he just got about 45 seconds ago? But they'll slow down the pace. Bachensky and Concepcion check in. Fiorino holding the ball. Dishing it out to Keefe. Keefe and Bachensky in the main connection today. 2 midfielders. Bachensky trying to get a shot. Bachensky, ball gets checked, and is stopped rolling towards the goal as LaFleur stops it in his tracks. Jacob LaFleur moving up. Ball almost gets intercepted. Once again, risky play that Oldbridge runs, having LaFleur come up that far. And just not capitalize. So it'll be Oldbridge on offense. 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third period. Oldbridge still leads 10-3. 7-point deficit at St. Joe's. Playing physical defense. Oldbridge just holding onto the ball right now, chewing at the clock. Even though it is only the third period, having a 7-goal lead. Very advantageous. We're looking at about 19 minutes left to go in this game. Oldbridge still on offense. And the ball gets stolen from Ryan Christensen by Thomas Freda, who then gets checked by Christensen. And ball is still on the ground. No one seems to pick it up. And Christensen finally comes away with it. So Christensen lost it, checked it out of Freda's hands, and then picks it up. It's a lot like the Jadavian Clowney South Carolina play that he had against Michigan, where he broke through the line, just decimated the running back, and then picked the ball up. That'll be another goal. Another goal for Oldbridge. 11-3 is the score. Very unexpected from St. Joe's. Have not looked great these last few games. I know NJ.com ranked them top 25 to top 20 in the state of New Jersey starting off the year. To be honest, they have not looked like that this year, staring down a 4-6 record. Unless a miracle happens in this game. Gabauer gets a violation. Oldbridge gets the ball. It's Gabauer's third face-off violation of the game. And then a timeout for Oldbridge. 6:30 on the clock. Oldbridge leads 11-3. 8-point lead for the Knights. St. Joe's just really struggling right now against Old Bridge. Down 8, 6 minutes left to go in the third period. A game everyone thought would go down on the wire. It is looking very dim right now for the Falcons. It's a possibility some JV guys could come in for both teams for the wrong reason for St. Joe's. Not something they're used to. I know it is only an 8-goal lead, but later on, in the final few minutes of the game, we could definitely see and Old Bridge having some great ball movement right now. As they lose the ball and get it right back after getting a few checks, and St. Joe's will get a penalty. St. Joe's had a high check right there on the forward for Old Bridge number 1. And he'll go to the penalty box. It's number 36 for the Falcons. St. Joe's baseball actually just had a game against JP Stevens. And at the top of the 6th inning, I believe the score was 3-1. The Falcons had bases loaded, and we had to shut the broadcast off due to weather. The rain started pouring on the equipment, so we had to shut it down. But when I got in the car, I saw that JP Stevens actually beat the Falcons 8-1 that game. So St. Joe's must have really had a rough 7th inning. Just Colin Leonard pitching too, the ace for the Falcons. So arguably the 2 best sports for St. Joe's, baseball and lacrosse. Had high expectations going into the season, and they are not meeting them, to say the least, right now. As I was talking to Old Bridge, did get another goal, and it's 12-3 now, and they win the faceoff. Machowski wins the faceoff, and Machowski, in maybe about 3 seconds, Matt Machowski got a goal. 13-3. The Knights lead as Stephen Pod comes out of the game. They check in number 38. I'll try and get his name. Gabauer with the win. It always seems like whenever Gabauer wins, he gets a great win. As Farino gets a goal, John Farino having a day. Answers right back. I believe that's his 2nd or 3rd goal on the game. So 13-4. St. Joe's not out just yet, but it is a long way back. 9-point deficit. 17 minutes left to go in the game. We'll see if the Falcons can pull off a miracle at the Brenner Family Field. Gabauer with another win. Popachinski loses the ball. Machowski on the attack now. And Machowski gets a 2nd straight goal. Matthew Machowski. Apparently that wasn't Machowski, actually. I think it was Jaden Pastelatan. Not quite sure, but still a great play by Oldbridge. Detrimental to the Falcons. 4:34 on the clock. Falcons down 14-4 in the third. Gabauer has been on a winning streak. Two very talented centers. Wins the face-off. Ball still rolling. Oldbridge comes away with it. They're on the attack now. With the shot. And St. Augustine scores it. Number 36 for the Falcons who won the game once again. Looks like St. Augustine jumped in the air of celebration and he checked him midair. And you just can't do that. It is his second time in the penalty box. Turn a call. Unnecessary roughness on number 36, non-releasable. Believe that means he cannot check back into the game. Yeah, I agree with the refs there. I mean, that's just not gonna fly. Obviously, it was just pure frustration and anger with the score being 15-4. So it's 4 minutes left to go in the third period. 16 minutes total left in this game. Oldbridge still on the attack after that unnecessary roughness. And what a great goal there by number 1. Uses his size to his advantage. And it's not height. He might be standing around 5'7". He uses that just to weave in and out. He's playing as the back man behind the net, got the ball, saw there was no defender on him, so he just snuck up right on the St. Joe's goalie and tucked it into the bottom left corner. 16-4, Oldbridge leads. Gabauer loses another face-off. Oldbridge on the offensive. And a decent save right there. Ryan Christensen on the shot. Actually, let me get that name. Trying to keep the clock going now. I believe it's when there's a 12-point deficit in the second half. The clock goes. And another goal. 15 of Oldbridge. with a bullet. 17-4. Old Bridge leads. Great Gabauer on the face-off versus Machowski. The main matchup today, Machowski trips Gabauer at St. Joe's Bowl. Gabauer and Freda come off for Pachensky and Keith. Minute 50 on the clock. Once again, it is a running clock, as Old Bridge is up by more than 12 points in the second half. Patrick Keefe with a wild shot. Just attempting anything right now just to put some more points on the board. I can't blame him. But misses the net entirely. It'll be Patterson with Fiorino. Fiorino having a great game right now. Misses that shot. Chicharello working behind the net. Over to Pachensky. Once again, 40 seconds left on the clock. Old Bridge leads 17-4 for any new viewers checking in. Fiorino on the shot, and yet another goal for John Fiorino. I can't see it affecting the game that much, but just put in the stat sheet. Awesome game there from Fiorino, the junior. His 22nd goal of the year, 30th point with 8 assists. And that'll end the period. The Old Bridge Knights lead St. Joe's 17-5. Going into the fourth period, it is a running clock. We should have about 15 minutes left to go on the broadcast. And we'll see the game plan now from CJ Francisco, Coach Francisco. We'll see if he wants to put those JV players in just yet, or if he still thinks there is a chance that St. Joe's comes back and wins this game. It looks like Old Bridge is coming out with their starters, so I don't see any way that Coach Francisco doesn't come out with his. So once again, we'll have the main matchup of Matthew Machowski and Sean Gabauer. For the face-off. Both in the top 100 for face-off wins. Gabauer could be first right now. I believe it was 143 on board. That is a great stat to have, especially for colleges. Not sure if he's a commit or if he's gotten any offers. Look into it as he does lose that face-off. So.